The Group A riders are in the waiting zone, about to go out onto the track for their formation lap, and we'll have a look at how they line up ahead of this first race from the morning qualifying. Starting at the front is Jim Lovell with a 43.4 on the dot for number 97. Rhys Stevenson in second place, Ryan Tyres third, Billy Pearson, Ben Lord and Chase Collymore in sixth position. Seventh is Mick Lord, Ben Clucas eighth, Chloe Jones in ninth, Joe Woodward rounds out the top 10. Matt Davis and Ed P taking us 11th and 12th position. 13th for Ryan Clark. A bit further back we have Carl Sanders, Sebastian Barron, Connor Wyatt and Matt Lockyer in 18th place. 19th for Dan Merrin, Ben Ray in 20th position. Matthew Wood, Rob Shearer, Shane Hopkins and Daniel Pearson in 24th position. 25th for Joe Mills, Jake Marsh, Chris Edwards down hall in 28th. Louis Smith in 29th, Will Loader qualifying in 30th position as they make their way through. Loader then rounding up that 30 rider field, and in terms of the championship, this is still pretty close, you would say, in this Stock 140. Let's have a recap of the championship positions. And Jim Lovell, who won that dramatic dash to the line last time out at Three Sisters, leads the title by just 9 points from Ben Lord. Of course, Ben Lord dropping a few points at the second round of the championship at Lyd. So still a bit of work to do. Ryan Tyres only just behind on 312 points. Mick Lord in fourth from Chase Collymore, who was unlucky not to win at Three Sisters. Very, very close battle to the line in fifth place. And Chase Collymore on 212 points. Potentially could be an outsider for the championship with 2 rounds to go, but will rely on some of the riders in front of him dropping points. So Jim Lovell, as we say, not much in it though in terms of the championship. This is very important, of course, number 48, Ben Lord. And one rider to look out for, of course, he's not really a factor in terms of the championship though, is the number 1, 2, 3, Rhys Stevenson. Joined the class mid-season and has immediately established himself as a front runner in terms of the championship. So here we go, the riders now lining up, the last 2 riders on the grid for Parker Racing Stock 140 Group A. And this, as we say, a very important race in terms of the championship. 16 points covering the top 3 riders, nothing at all in it as the riders line up. I think we're ready to go. The green flag is up and Parker Racing Pitbikes Stock 140 gets underway. A spectacular start as they charge into the first corner. Rhys Stevenson's got a good jump on the field. Will they get through safely? Somebody's got a good jump around the outside as Stevenson leads them up into Christmas corner. Jim Lovell second, Ryan Tyres in third. The rest of the midfield go charging through for the first time. Everyone seems to have got through that first half lap safely. Down through Zulu they go, and look at this at the front there. Rhys Stevenson leads, Lovell right on his tail though in second place. The rest of the top 10 charging down the hill. Here come the midfield. There was the treble 8, Dan Merrin 16th. Smack bang in the middle of the pack, you would say. It's been very close first lap and everyone seems to have got through safely. Here come the leaders round the final corner. Rhys Stevenson, your race leader. Jim Lovell second, Ryan Tyres third, Ben Lord, Billy Pearson, Chase Collymore, Mick Lord in seventh, Ben Clucas, Joe Woodward and Matt Davis. Less than 5 seconds covering the top 10. There's the number 1. Lord then having a look at the back of Ryan Tyres. 55, Ryan Tyres very closely fought indeed. In third place there's Ben Lord. Lord trying to find a way through here, and he's got looks like the 53 of Billy Pearson on his tail. There's Tyres 55. So certainly Ben Lord really does need to get through, get past the 55 here of Tyres. Trying to find a way through. These riders all very closely poised in terms of the championship. The joker in the pack here, you would say, is the 1, 2, 3 of Rhys Stevenson. Now Stevenson, of course, as we said, didn't compete in this class in the first 2 rounds, has immediately established himself as a front runner, but with those 2 rounds, of course, 0 score from the rounds he didn't race in, it means he's not a championship contender here, but still he's there at the front battling for race victories. What this means, of course, though, is that he could be taking points off the championship. Oh, but Stevenson's in trouble. Oh, the rider who slowed down here. Red flag. It's been a stoppage. So red flag has come out. We'll try and find out what's happened here. I think it's a rider down on the final corner. Final race of the first, well, the penultimate race, I should say, of the first block. Pitbike stock 140 Group A is about to get underway for the restart. Of course, you had the stoppage a few moments ago. Riders now lining up on the grid and will be underway very shortly, just making sure they are in the correct positions according to the race order earlier on. Chase Collingwood there, the number 7 on the leathers, making his way all the way up towards the front. He was one of the last riders out on the formation lap, so retake his position towards the front of the grid, and we'll be underway very shortly for the restart of Parker Racing Pitbike stock 140. Riders are ready. We're looking at the starter now with the green flag, and riders are ready in position. Here we go then for the restart. Lies on that starter, the flag drops, and away we go. Good start there from Stevenson, but Lovell down the inside. No, not quite. Reece Stevenson shuts the door on him as they go through Christmas, up towards Christmas for the first time. Reece Stevenson guarding that inside line. Lovell tries the outside sweep, not close enough to go for the lead. The rest of the pack go charging through Christmas corner for the first time. All seem to have got through safely. Oh, and look at this though, Jim Lovell has taken the lead into Zulu. So Jim Lovell, the new race leader, very important for him in terms of the championship. Reece Stevenson drops to second. Look at this though, for third now. It looks like Lord going down the inside of TYRES. Really does need to get to the front here, does the number 1 of Ben Lord. And for Jim Lovell, he needs to stay in the front. It'd be very good for him as well if Reece Stevenson stays in second. That'll be a barrier between him and some of his championship rivals, but I'm sure Stevenson here has got ideas of taking the lead again. Here he comes down the inside, Reece Stevenson. And there he goes into the lead. Stevenson back at the front. Let's see if Lovell can fight back as they go into Zulu. Stevenson riding carefully here, guarding those apexes. Now importantly here for Jim Lovell is that Ben Lord is through to third, one of his main championship rivals, right behind him on the track now. Here they come down towards the final corner. In terms of the championship, only 11 points separating Jim Lovell from Ben Lord. Round the final corner they go, but Reece Stevenson leads the race. Lovell second, Lord in third, TYRES, Pearson, Chase Collingwood in 6th place, Mick Lord in 7th, Ben Clucas, Joe Woodward and Matt Davis rounding out the top 10 as they make their way up the hill. Through Christmas corner they go as we look at Reece Stevenson, 1, 2, 3, the race leader. Really has been a revelation this year in British Minibikes from 2020. I remember at the first round of the championship at Ella Park, we had the Pro-Am race, and Reece Stevenson certainly wasn't too worried about Peter Hickman, was keeping the professional riders, keeping them honest in the Pro-Am race. So Stevenson having a good year so far, and he certainly has shook things up in terms of the front runners in this 140 Group A. Now dropping out of contention there, was that? I thought it was Matt Davis momentarily, but Davis has gone through in 10th place, so somebody dropping out of contention in the midfield, but the race goes on. I think that's more of a mechanical issue than anything else as the leaders make their way through. Reece Stevenson still your race leader, but certainly Jim Lovell is keeping the pressure on here in 2nd place. 5 laps to go, and all of the front running riders all together here. Any one of these 4 could take the victory. Still Billy Pearson and Chase Collingwood in contention a little bit further behind. But this is turning into a 4-way scrap for the lead. Reece Stevenson, your race leader. Jim Lovell in 2nd. Ben Lord and Ryan TYRES. The championship front runners all in contention here. Headed by Reece Stevenson as they go up the hill. Stevenson guarding the inside line. Lovell holding on to that 2nd place. Lord 3rd. TYRES 4th. And at the moment it's almost like a game of chess here. Nobody is really too worried about making a move right now. There's still 4 laps to go. Reece Stevenson, the race leader here, he's actually maintaining a good pace in the front, lapping in the 43-second region. And I don't think anybody's too worried about making a move so far, but Lovell having a look down the inside. Oh, he just showed the claws there momentarily. Stevenson holds on to the lead, 4 laps to go. Certainly nobody wants to start holding each other up here. So Lovell looked a little bit squirrely there going through Oblivion. This will allow Ben Lord to make the move down the inside, so mistake there for Lovell in Oblivion. And Lord now to 2nd place as Stevenson pulls away slightly, not by very much, only a few tenths. Lovell had the fastest lap of the race, 43.382, the number 97. but a mistake there drops him to third, and still watching in fourth is the 55 on the bike of Ryan Tyres as they go through boot once again. Lovell trying to fight back. Now this is allowing Stevenson to pull away a bit now. Second through to fourth, starting to do battle. Perhaps they're not worrying so much now about Stevenson. Rhys Stevenson, of course, is not a championship contender. He's pulling away at the front now, over 0.6 of a second. So this could be the battle of the title here in second place as Lord, Lovell and Tyres go head to head. They need to take points off each other here now, really. Not so worried about Stevenson. He's pulling away. There he is, the 1, 2, 3, the race leader. Still in second place is Lord, Lovell there, and Tyres all very close, second through to fourth. These top three riders battling for the championship. 16 points covering those riders going into this round here at Three Sisters, so every position matters with 2 laps to go. Stevenson ran the final corner. This should be the last lap board. Yes, it is. So Stevenson, 1 lap to go. The action here could be on for second place, so it's a championship battle for second place. Stevenson has pulled that small gap at the front as second through to fourth do battle, and Stevenson looking good at the front. Always getting close here for second place though. Here they come through towards Zulu into the tight right-hander. Lord guarding the inside line. Lovell and Tyres all very close as Rhys Stevenson pulls away down the hill. It's still Lord in second on the number 1. Lovell trying to go down the inside of Lord, who immediately guards the inside into boot. Look at Ryan Tyres though, in fourth place on the 55. Here they come round the boots. Oh, as down goes Jim Lovell. Front end goes down. He runs back to the bike. He's got to get that machine started. He's kept the engine running. He loses a place to Pearson. Rhys Stevenson takes the checkered flag. Ben Lord in second. Ryan Tyres goes through. And drama as Pearson goes through in fourth place. Jim Lovell in fifth. Dropping the bike though in boot. Just seemed to lose the front end possibly. Jim Lovell perfectly okay and crosses the line in fifth place. Mick Lord in sixth. Ben Clucas, Joe Woodward, Chase Collymore ninth. Matt Davis rounding up the top 10. But that could be an important moment in terms of the championship for Jim Lovell. Small mistake on the approach to the finish line and loses vital points, but well done to Rhys Stevenson. Another race win for him. Took the lead early on in the race, and with all the championship big hitters fighting behind him, he ran his own race and took the checkered flag. But important moment in terms of the championship. That will allow Ben Lord to close up in terms of the championship lead.